What's up, guys? My name is Pickfast. I'm an Eternus 6 Deadlock player, and these are going to be the best heroes to carry with in July 2026. So I'm going to rank every hero in the game from S tier being you could take over the game fairly easily on them, to D tier being you have very low agency. That's going to be harder to carry on this hero, even if you're high net worth. So we're going to start with Abrams. Abrams definitely A tier, low A tier. If you can get fed on him, you can kind of just run the mid game, and you just become an unkillable like beast. So next up we have Apollo. He's gonna go at C tier. He has a very good lane, which can spiral into a pretty decent mid game, but by the time 30 minutes comes, where a lot of games go, he doesn't really do much. And it's hard to carry on him. Bebop, I'm gonna put him at B tier simply because he's a pick hero. This is for Gun Bop. I think on like Bomb Bop he's like D tier. I think Bomb Bop is impossible to carry on, but like Gun Bop, playing for picks with your other uh, players on your team and looking for kills, you can do a lot of damage as Gun Bop as well. So I think you can carry a game. He's not the best, but he's not the worst. So now Billy, I'm gonna put an A tier as well. Might even be S tier. But I'm not sure where I want to put him after the nerfs. So to be safe, I'm gonna put him at A tier. His ult is so good. Everything in his kit is CC. His bash down CC. His 2 is CC and does max HP damage. His 3 is like it makes him do more damage to you. And I think it slows down your fire rate or something like that if you have the effect on you, and gives him HP for meleeing you. And he also gets another bash down from hitting his 3. So much CC in a team fight dependent meta. So he's fairly easy to carry the game on. Calico. She has a pretty decent lane, pretty decent mid game. B tier. You can kind of run the mid game, but late game you're not really doing much. You kind of turn into like this pick assassin hero that you want to play off your teams and just like Arctic blast people and freeze them and hope that you and your team can kill them. So yeah, you can run the mid game on this hero for sure if you have a strong lane, but it's pretty hard to carry an entire game on her. Celeste, honestly S tier. I don't know if she's an S tier character, but she's an S tier uh carry. Her lane is pretty bad, but her mid game is pretty decent once you get your spikes, and once you get Spell Slinger online, and maybe like escalating as well, like you just become like a beast. You can just 1v6 the whole lobby. Uh, you could side lane on her, get 1v1 kills, take a walker, get an urn or two with her movement, because the urn doesn't take away her movement anymore. Uh, she's a beast. Doorman, probably beats her. I think his ult is just too good that even later in the game, um, you can have a lot of agency by just ulting their most important player and carding them into your spawn. Uh, or hitting like 3-person carts with a vortex web. You're able to take control of fights, but not as well as other heroes. Someone like Drifter, this guy's either D tier or S tier. Um, I'll put him S tier. If you get a lot of stacks, he's very stack dependent. You get a lot of stacks and you get ahead, and you just like run down in the mid game. You just become like a 1v1 unstoppable beast, and you could just run at anyone. You're winning every single 1v1 in the game. Your Rend has a silence, your 2 has bleed damage, like percentage health based. Your 3 gives you amplified damage on isolated targets. Your ult is really good. It's a really good team fight ult. Um, yeah, he can carry a game for sure. Dynamo. I'm gonna put him in A tier simply because of like double ult unstoppable. Um, he's not gonna carry the game in the sense where he's gonna take over the mid game and then take over the late game as well, and just like kill everybody, kill everything, win your team every single fight. But just the pure fact that he can have just 2 black holes in like a mid boss fight or like a rift fight, it's just so valuable. And I've had so many games where like a Lash ults us all. It's like a Dynamo ult, or a Dynamo just comes out of nowhere and ults 5 of us and we lose the game. And I mean, Dynamo's the reason they won. So Graves, Graves is probably Probably B tier. Um, the lower elo you go, she might be S tier. But like even in like Eternus or like the average rank, she's probably on like B or C tier. Um, her tombstone's really good for split pushing. You just shove it down and then go do whatever objective, and you just have constant wave pressure. Her tombstone's also really good in mid fights and rift fights. Her two is good. She does a lot of damage. Her skulls are good. She can kind of 1v6 if she gets ahead. Um, but yeah, she's not the best. She's not the worst. Uh, hard to take over, but you can. You can definitely take over. Great Talon. So old Great Talon was S tier. He'd take over the whole lobby. He could be 5k behind. He takes over the whole lobby. Right now he's A tier. You get a couple stacks. You get your gun doing a shit ton of damage. You can definitely carry a game as Great Talon, even going into the late game. Um, but the one thing is that like you are stack dependent as well as Drifter, which is why Drifter's also A or D, S or D tier. I think on GT you're either A tier or D tier as well, just depending on how many stacks you get in the early game. Um, Cross map execute is really good though. Really good for team fights. So Haze, um, to carry a game, probably C tier, maybe high C tier, low B tier. I don't think a Haze is really just like taking over a game like that. Um, I mean, yeah, she's kind of just like a pick hero. Um, you'll get one kill. Maybe she's B tier, like low B tier for carrying a game. Because I mean, like the further you go, the more she just becomes like a curse ult bot. And if your team isn't focusing who you're focusing when you curse, it's kind of rough. Holiday, probably A tier. Mid game, she's a lobby like server admin. She just does a billion damage with her barrels, and then she could just lasso the most important person in every fight in the late game. She has insane movement, can get out of any fight or get into any fight that she wants. Uh, Teammates can use bounce pads too. She can steal farm pretty easily and get out for free. So yeah, she's really strong. She can carry a game for sure. Eternus, probably really high A tier. Don't think he's S tier just because of the fact that debuff remover, divine barrier, those items exist. Debuff reducer, like weighted shots being a good item that just has built-in debuff resist. Spirit resilience being an item, but you get ahead in the mid game, you could just kill everybody. You get ahead in lane, you could just kill everybody. In the late game, you can't just kill everybody with ricochet leech, unstoppable. Just run down the lobby. Ivy, high beats here for sure. A good Ivy that knows how to use her ult with like Vortex Web and Stone Form. She can take over team fights. She's good at every stage of the game. Besides lane, which her lane is not the best, but it's not like horrible. Um, but yeah, so she can definitely help carry a game. Not like these characters, I don't think, but better than some of these characters. Calvin, uh, carry a game, probably C tier. Your team has to be fairly coordinated to make your dome be really worth it. Unless you're a really good Kelvin, know how to use your ice path and like your beam and your snowballs to do a lot of damage. If you get ahead, this hero seems unkillable, but it's hard to get ahead on this hero. And most of the time you just rather someone like this have all the money and be carrying instead. Lady Geist, probably this year. Honestly, probably this year. High A. Swap basically gives her a second life. So even if you're getting gunned down in team fights, you can get silenced, of course, and that kind of sucks. But I mean, Spellslinger Berserker just makes this hero like insane. Life Drain is so good. You just live forever. Do a shit ton of damage. You can 1v6 on this hero. I'm probably putting her in A tier. Lash. He's definitely A tier. Definitely A tier. Just because of his ult. Really good team fight ult. Really good ult at every stage of the game. His slam does a bunch of damage. His gun is not bad. Siphon bullets is good. Crippling headshots good on this hero. Um, yeah, overall really good hero. Really good kit. Could definitely carry a game. McGinnis. Uh, D tier. You're not carrying a game on McGinnis, bro. You're just a passenger. Every game that you're playing on McGinnis, you're pretty much a passenger. It's like you put your turrets down, sure, they shoot the turrets. You ult, they run away from your ult, and it doesn't do that much damage anymore. McGinnis used to be Esther when her ult was like completely broken, and that urn fight was that fucked like where you're just meleeing it back and forth. Um, you're not super hard carrying on McGinnis though. You know, probably beats her. Um, you run the mid game. She falls off later in the game. Her ult isn't what it used to be with like the 1% current HP or whatever it was. Like there's like percentage HP scaling on her ult, which is really broken. But now that it's not that anymore and it kind of falls off late game, it's like just like just a good lane, good mid game. But you can be server admin. But like I found that even like a Mina that gets server admin, we end up shutting her down eventually. So I don't really think she's carrying a game like that. Mirage, probably had A tier. I probably would say S tier, except for the fact that I just played against a Mirage who was like 40k at like 30 minutes and we still beat him. Um, Probably say S tier though. Like, no bias. He's just so good. He does so much damage. Mark does so much damage. Scarab is a built-in inhibitor. Good at every stage of the game. Insane lane. Easy to get ahead. Good mid game. Incredible side laning, which is really what you want from a carry, to be able to side lane and just absolutely destroy the other side laners. He's a bully on the side lane. So yeah, he can definitely take over a game, carry it. Crow, better than McGinnis, I think, but not as good as like these guys. I don't think you're carrying game on Mo. I think there was one time Vegas said, or someone like that said, like, if the worst player on your team is on Mo and Krill, that's good because they just combo the best player on their team every fight, and it's like they're just down their best player. But he has a good ult. His ult is definitely a good ult in team fights, but he's not taking over a game. You know, you ult and you kind of disrupt, and you're kind of a frontliner, but Page, same tier as McGinnis. You're not carrying a game as Page. Page is kind of like the Mercy of this game, where it's like you can be good at Page, sure, but I would rather you take the time that you put into Page into like a different character, like even like Rem or Kelvin. It's just like the utility that she provides. Like if I'm in a 2v2 and Paige is my other person I have in a 2v2, like no matter who I'm 2v2ing, I just feel like I'm 1v2ing. Because like sure she gives me a shield and then she's like basically doing nothing. Right? Just step out of her dragon, her stun, especially early on when she's decent, it's pretty small, right? Uh so yeah, I don't think this character's carrying a game at all. Very low agency on this hero. I think Paradox, A tier. Team wide swap, a double bomb, such good AoE. You could turn every fight around if you're on Paradox. Come out of nowhere, double bomb, swap through players, they all die. I mean, it's like the same thing as kind of like Lash and like Billy and what, like Ivy, I guess. Like it's just these like AoE ults, so much CC, just take over. Honestly, with that, bro, probably Ivy's goes up here as well. I think her ult and like stone form and everything could just take over a team fight, which inherently just takes over the game. Pocket. If you are a good pocket player, it's S tier. You can carry on this character so easily if you're a good pocket player. I've seen so many shitty pocket players that don't know what they're doing or clearly don't have like 300 games on this hero and aren't comfortable on pocket. Um, his ult is insane. The best anti-heal in the game can only be cleansed by Divine Barrier 6400 item. I've had games where I'm against Pocket and 3 people on my team, 4 people on my team are buying Divine Barrier. It's like 20,000 souls worth of items just spent to counter this one guy, right? He does so much damage. He has built-in like Spirit Amp on his barrage, insane mobility, can get out of any fight, takes over team fights, comes out of nowhere, affliction, 4 people, you win the fight. Um, so yeah, if you know how to play pocket, S tier. If you don't know how to play pocket, D tier. You're like a passenger. You're an affliction bot if you don't know how to play pocket. You know how to play pocket, he's incredible. Rem, Honestly, he feels like a passenger. He feels like a Page or a McGinnis, but he has more agency than them. I'd say probably a B tier, simply due to the fact that he can like he's just OP as shit right now. So if you have other people on your team that aren't horrible and you can enable them with your heal and your sleep is one of the best ults in the game. So just simply due to that and like the center stealing, I think Rem is really good. Um, Carrying a game, he's not as good as these guys, but he's not as horrible as these guys carrying a game. But you can do a lot. Seven is like the S tier of S tiers. So like, I mean that guy. If you're solo queuing and you're just playing Deadlock and you want to win games, you just play seven, Q7, and there's only probably one more character that we'll get to later. That's more OP and carrying games. But yeah, seven. Yeah, he just does so much damage. His ult is incredible. People that aren't coordinated are not going to buy knockdowns and stuff to counter your ult, so you're just going to get free ults on every objective and every mid boss. Big thing that I like to do is I like to max power surge and then I max ult second. It's just OP. Shiv, probably A tier. After some slight nerfs. Before this, he was probably S tier. Again, you have to be good at Shiv. You have to be good at his movement. You have to be good with the hero. And if you know what you're doing, you can take over the game, 100%. But carry game is probably not as good as these guys, but he's still really, really good. Silver, carry a game. I haven't felt her presence as much as I used to. Probably still A tier, but it used to be S tier. Silver used to just take over the entire game. It's probably A, might even be B tier at this point. Just like the solo queue experience. Like, I don't know. I haven't felt her presence as much as I used to. I guess not as many people are playing Silver, but I think she's still a solid A tier. Can still carry team fights. Her only weakness is when she's in human form. If she gets bursted down then or like cursed or something, I mean, she's just useless. So you really gotta watch out for that. But Sinclair, probably C tier. I mean, this character is very draft dependent. I mean, if you just get into like a draft with like Dynamo and the other team, you can it's S tier. But just because there's no draft, I think Sinclair's C tier. Like to carry a game. I mean, you have Bunny, you can do double Bunny. I mean, that's really good for mid boss and everything. You can turn a fight, but like, there's just a lot other characters I would rather be on if I wanted to just carry and win games as much as I can. Venator, probably A tier. He's really good. He's a very solid pick if you want to win games. His ult is really good in the side lane. Would I take him over a Mirage side lane? No. Would I take him over Mirage or Seven to carry the game? Probably not. But would I take him over everyone down here and a lot of people in his own tier? Yeah, he's really good. He farms very efficiently. He's good at every point in the game. He's lane, mid game, end game, or late game. Sorry, are all really good. So yeah, solid hero. Victor, carry a game. Probably B tier. I mean, lower, below, people aren't like buying anti heal or buying like curse or anything. He's probably like S tier, honestly. But like B tier, he feels pretty easily counterable. You're not really truly carrying a game on this hero. Um, it's hard. It's definitely hard. I'd rather play most of these heroes if I want to just carry a game and win games. Vindicta probably C tier. Like she's very good as like just a roamer in the mid game, just sniping people, getting stacks. If she has a lot of stacks, she can do a lot of damage. But like some of these characters, if you just buy like Phantom Strike, she just gets screwed over, man. Like Phantom Strike, if there's multiple knockdowns on one team, it's really rough for Vindicta. Even with like unstoppable and counter spell, you can still get just like Phantom Strike then screwed over, and then you don't have your flight anymore. So simply just because of how easily counterable she is, she can take over games for sure, but it's just hard to pilot. I'd rather be on these heroes. So for Viscas, I kind of put him in like the same tier as like Rem, where you're kind of just like enabling your stronger heroes that want to carry the game, and he can carry the game, sure. Um, I'd probably have him a C. I don't think you're carrying the game on Viscas. You can do a lot of damage, but he doesn't feel as impactful. Um, just strictly on like 1v6ing and winning the game. As like these guys up here. Viper, she is S tier. I think if you get strong and fed on Viper, you could just 1v6 server admin. There's not much you could do against a fed Viper. Sure, Metal Skins, Disarming X, I mean, that's the same for like Drifter and Mirage. Like, Geist, 7, Disarming X, they can't do anything, but it's like, she just moves around and like she does so much damage. And Bola's really good at like, you can personally just shut down a Lash ult or a Dynamo ult or whatever. So, yeah, she's super high agency. Warden, this is the character that I was talking about earlier that might match with 7 of just being absolutely OP and MM. He has so much HP. His ult is like so busted right now. Good at every stage of the game. Good lane, good mid game, good late game, good team fights, good everything, good utility, good silence on this cage. This character's so overstated, and if you just play him, it's free wins. You can just carry the whole game. Good farm. Wraith, another S tier. I mean, you could. This is like also one of the 1v6 heroes. Like, her farm is so good. Ricochet cards and just the 3. It's this hero is just so busted. Like, for just solo queue and like just trying to win games by yourself. Um, you could just watch a show on your second monitor and play Wraith, and you'll get 16 kills. And win the game. Yamato is probably A tier. This character is really, really strong. Probably top of A tier. Because you yourself can shut down the enemy carry and shut down the other important players on the enemy team. Um, and you have all the agency in the world to do that just because you're Yamato. Yeah, she does a lot of damage as well. Free wins. Kind of free wins. Harder to win. Harder to win. Hardest to win. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.